All right, hello everyone. Seb here. Super excited for this talk we're gonna have. I'm joined with four known figures of the coaching scene in Dota. We have Moon Meander, Astini, AUI,
Yeah.
and Blitz.
No.
Would you guys agree to say that you guys are probably the most established and successful coaches in the scene? It's me saying it, so you don't have to take the credit for it.
Probably missing Silent, right?
Silent CY.
Yeah.
All right,
Shall
who
we-
would we add? Okay, if we could extend the couches, who would we get?
Shao 8 Silent CY.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Shawait actually got back into coaching recently. He took a
Yeah.
break. Yeah.
Furtado.
Yeah.
I need to defend SA, you know.
Yeah,
I
true,
need to
true.
fight for my region.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Boba.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah,
course.
Actually, where is Bobes?
Yeah, where's Sam? That's
Of
kind of
course.
messed up that we all
That
forgot
is messed
Sam.
up.
Yeah.
He was last. We got caps before Boba. That's sad.
I mean, he's so established that you tend to forget. This is the first time, at least, I'm gonna have a conversation focused on coaching mostly. So I'm excited for that. I guess I can start by asking, and we can take turns for that. How did you end up coaching? What was either the trigger point, or did it happen knowingly? Was it a consequence of something? So how was it for you?
Well, it started with TSM. I felt like I knew this was going to be my last year of playing because I was laning in Stabilite and lanes weren't going so well, but it's mostly because of me. They call it the best friends lane.
You take the blame.
I take the blame because, laning wasn't that great and we were the best friends lane because our network was so similar.
Okay.
Afterwards, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to coach after this.
All right. So Saberlight made you coach.
Yes, bing bong.
Okay. Okay, good. What about you?
I was a team owner. It was a really small team, like tier 3 team in SA. I was investing on it. And I wanted to hire Duster. And he said, I'll just go to the team if you are the coach. Because he knew my ideas. We talked a bit about Dota. And that's how I first began.
For me, it's back in the day, if you didn't qualify for a tournament, you would go coach another team. So I didn't qualify for TI6, so I went to coach Team Secret. It was really bad. It was a bad run, but that's how I started coaching.
I was living in Berlin at the time, casting for Join Dota, and I think I was up at you remember when you had to have a ticket to watch a game? I had an MDL ticket or something, and it was 3 a.m. and Curl messaged me and was like, "Hey, can I party with you so that I can bum watch it?" So then I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" And then we were just watching the game together and texting or typing on Steam. And then I think maybe an hour later, he said, "Do you want to come coach our team?" And I said, I've never coached before. I don't know what I'm going to offer you and stuff. And he's like, "We'll figure it out. It'll be fine." And I was like, "Okay." And so then I said, "Screw it, why not?"
So many different stories, actually. And I guess, if we, start, diving into the conversation, what would you guys, I mean, obviously, I'm sure there are things you guys are not going to be able to share today, even though I'm going to try to ask the questions. But I guess we can all agree to say that coaching has been an open field where there were maybe not so many examples or at least public examples of what coaching a team implies. So what was your guys' approach to that? As in, did you go in with preset ideas on, hey, this is what I want to do as a coach, or was it more of a discovering what had to be done? I mean, different teams, different experiences. What do you guys think about this aspect of things?
You don't have where to look to know what to do, right? So you just trying to solve the problems that they come up with the team. To a point that now when I join a team, I know the problems that there will be, so I try to offer solutions before I'm dealing with the fire, So kind of that's how it progressed. I think before I was looking too much outside of the game, trying to have a schedule, good environment, and then it evolved to let's play Dota 2. And now that my team really knows Dota 2, I'm going all the way back to we just need to be on good mindset.
If you had to give me a percentage of how much is about Dota and how much is not about Dota?
I think right now it's 90% not about Dota.
Okay.
But when it began, with Pari, it was 90% Dota.
Yeah.
But now we have established ideas, so it's keeping a good mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is 50-50. I realized in life when you coach some players, you just gotta let them cook. Some players, they're more malleable. You work with them closer. But the most important thing I would say is syncing up the ideas. I think that's my biggest role on the team.
To make the team kind of come together as a unit?
Yeah, because if everyone's cooking their own shit at the same time, it's gonna be a disaster. Sometimes first day of scrims, first couple days of scrims, always rough like that. And I always like to just observe, and then by the end of the boot camp, I like to tie everyone together.
Any recipe?
Yeah, I think it's sort of weird because I think like coaches don't really know what the correct thing is to do. Like I don't know what the other coaches do. And it also depends, like it's a bit of a black box. Like you just put some stuff in and you don't know what's right for your team. And you have to adjust based on what your team needs at any given time. Like Astini was talking about, I think. So it's like a lot of times it's sort of random, I think, what coaches need to do each time or like what specific time on their team.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what I was doing. I figured the only thing I'd care about was like build culture. So it's like be on time, keep your area clean, be respectful. I think I told the guys, like, if you ever yell at me or if I ever yell at you, we should just be done. Like, I'd never want to yell ever to get my point across. And if you guys do it to each other too, like, that was like a big thing for me. And then over time, it just gets like easier and easier because our team's pretty complete people. Like, they're kind of clowns, but like, they're good people at heart. So, Dota-wise, I mean, they kind of handle themselves because we have Boxy. And Nisha's really intelligent about the game. I mean, they all are. So I probably have the easiest job out of because I have like 50 people on my team. So
As like the role of coach, like if like I guess in terms of like how you're mentioning how I guess in every team like the staff kind of evolve, right? There's like more people around teams, like in average. How did that change things?
I mean, I knew I always wanted a second coach for sure. And then Jabs made it easier because, I mean, he just is a much better Dota player than I am. I'm never going to be as good as either of these guys. Like, this guy won a TI. This guy played in a major finals, like, and won a major. I forgot. You guys, like, I don't know, gee, my bad. I actually forgot about that era.
That's crazy.
And so, like, I'm never going to compete at that level, right? And I will never understand Dota at that level. So I need to hire somebody that does to be able to talk with the guys and force ideas. And then I figured the next evolution of that is, like, we can split that duty. We can have somebody that focuses on our gameplay and then another guy that focuses on enemy gameplay. And it just makes it, like, easier and easier for our jobs. It just means that instead of having to like do 14-hour days, you can do like 6 really good hours of like work per person, and it just feels kind of nice to be able to split that up.
What is the if you had to name one, the biggest challenge about coaching, what would it be? Whether it is on what you face or how you feel, whatever it is really, like your biggest challenge with coaching.
For me, is losing confidence on strategies. Like you can win 20 series in a row, you drop one and you feel like you don't understand Dota, that you're outdated, that you need to change everything. And it's hard for me as a coach like to fight the players on this.
So yourself losing the confidence or like as a group?
The players usually.
Okay.
And I still kind of believe it works, but like one bad experience kind of throws all the work down.
You guys thinking about it?
I would say I would say the biggest challenge is keeping the consistency. After we take a long break, we come back and like we're not very like in sync again, and it's very hard to build all of that back. I don't know why, but after like 1 month break, all stuff gets forgotten, and the challenge is just to build it brick by brick again.
You think is it like related to the game, or is it more of a like how to approach like in a the mindset going into it?
I actually feel like because during the break people play pubs, and I feel like sometimes too much pubs brainwashes you. Then you just go back to all the bad habits from pubs. When competitive, like he said earlier, it's very different. So takes away a lot.
Consistency.
Yeah.
I think for us it's like motivation because we just won TI, we've won some lands now, and so like it gets harder because they're spoiled, right? Like we pay them better, there's better conditions. That's like trying to convince them to continue to like want this, I guess. Both of your guys' teams help a lot in that because you guys like all chat us all the time, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, we're so annoying. It's good for you guys.
Yes, it's actually helpful. I never complain about it. Like either their team slay, if you see, I've never tweeted about his or his because for me it's good internal motivation, right? I know it's not personal. Like when Maureen alt chats are like
so annoying though.
So if you get annoyed by it.
I get annoyed by it. Like apparently I'm annoyed.
We think it's like we put our nose down. We're like, there's no way we can let these guys beat us. And when you guys are beating our ass, it felt so bad.
But like whoever watching at home, they should praise us for making this because we're bringing hype to the competition. We want Liquid to perform their best. That's why we do this.
It really.
We love you guys. That's why we trash talk.
No troll. Like it actually helps. It really does help our team. It's one of the things that I can point to and be like, guys, look at these guys. Like they think you're trash. They think you've like overcome. It's your speech. Like how dare they?
Oh my God! Don't bring this up.
We watch that video once a month.
No, I know. Insania told me that. That's so bad. I see. Okay. And what about you, AI? Like if you had to name the biggest challenge for you?
I think it's like a bit of cultural gaps in approaching Dota. 'Cause my team's like very multi-international, and like just how they talk to each other, or like how they want to talk about the game or introduce ideas. Sometimes it like changes, and where they pull their ideas from is also, it's really weird. Like sometimes we'll have like something the team is fully agreed on, and someone will just come with a new idea that's like completely opposite, and it'll just come from nowhere. And sometimes they'll be right, but like it's just like bridging that and like making sure everyone gets on the same page with it. It's pretty hard, I think.
Like the process of implementing it or
Yeah,
discussing
it's like really random. I don't know.
Do you notice like the generational gap? Because you have like some of the youngest to like oldest players, right?
I mean, sort of like because we have like, so we call them the youngs and the olds. So it's like
Wait, who's like in the middle then?
Skitter's in the middle because he's like an old, but he acts like a young.
Okay.
So like Maureen and Amar are the youngs, and then it's like me, Crit, and Snake were the olds, and Skitter's like, he should be an old, but
Okay.
he hasn't developed properly.
All right.
So, but yeah, there's a little bit of that. I'm not sure. It's just like I don't even think it's a bad thing. It's just stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you feel like you can relate or like connect as easily with the olds or the youngs? Like, or like, it doesn't matter. You probably must have learned to do both, but
I mean, we've been a team for quite a while. I mean, not as long as Liquid, but like, so I think our flow is like pretty good at this point. But there's definitely some times where like Crit will say something and we'll just be like, oh yeah, it's been like this for 10 years, and Amar's like, huh? I don't think so. Like, because honestly, Dota, like, it's weird, but like the heroes that countered heroes in like 2012, they still countered them. Like, it's always the same. Like, I can't remember who said it, but like sometimes, like if they don't know what counters on in the meta, they're like, oh, it's FNG said like, oh, I'll look back in 2015, and this is what was good for Shadowfiend. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, well, guess I'll go look too, and same thing.
no, for sure. There is a lot of that. And you know, like I was mentioning the relationship to playing. Like obviously now some of you guys have been pro before and or played Dota in general, and probably all of you guys have less time to play Dota. I could only assume. So when you watch, I mean, I guess two questions, but like when you watch your players, like first of all, do you learn more about your own selves when you were playing or who you are as a player, and how much of your playing identity goes into it? You know what I mean? Like, are you thinking about it, or is it two different things? Like you're just being the coach right now, and it has nothing to do with how you view their play style or whatever their habits. How does that come into play? You've been a player for a while. I've been your coach actually.
Yeah.
I just remembered that.
Yeah.
So
Dude, you forgot too?
So basically, right, I do see myself in this team sometimes, like what would I do and stuff. And, you know, our team's famous for farming, and I'm famous for being like really aggressive. So sometimes I feel like we're a little too passive. So I try to implement like hey guys, you know, it's time to fuck them up, guys. Time to slay together, guys. Enough farming. Chill out.
So do you feel like and that comes from your own relationship to the game?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
My feeling like something's up, guys. They're getting too much, and you know, something's funky.
You feel the itch.
Yeah, I feel like
You refrain it at times,
or
or you just letting it in, like letting it happen.
I say it, but I say it in a more human way instead of saying like that. Like these guys are animals. I'm like, guys, I think they're farming a little too much. Something like that.
Okay, that's a nice way to
There are
put
too
it.
many animals on the map.
Yeah, look at all this fucking
Go catch
animals.
them.
These guys are too much, guys.
Yeah,
Down
'cause
10K, go trying to contest room. What kind of animals? Are these guys?
I don't remember you saying it this way back then. It's like, I think they're farming a little too much.
Yeah.
Just tone it down
They're
just a
fine
little
now.
bit.
I saw Neta recently with Midas Octarine on Abaddon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Every game. Midas, Blink, Octarine.
You guys have both had Neta. I guess actually
Neta
all three
too.
all three of us have had Neta. We've had the Neta
I
experience.
think I work well with him
we know
because
where
we
he's going
balance it
next.
out.
Then we know where he's going next, I guess.
He does the.
Welcome, that.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you, DM.
Thank you, DM.
Sorry, I shouldn't break the news. But what about you guys? Like, how much of the player is in the coach? What do you guys think?
For me, the problem is I get too excited by watching 9-class gameplay. So I always get like a low priority because I'm like, I'm going to play Slark 4. I'm ready. And then I just get flamed. Oh, now I learned TB. I just go and try to sunder people, and then I fail.
Then
and
reports.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the problem. But I'd say like, especially me and 9-class in the sense we do really well together because I like the unconventional ideas. Like the crazier it sounds, the more likely I'm trying to make it work. So sometimes I'm like, I want to try Arc Warden 4 to see if it works, and if it works, I'm going to tell him in this sense. So yeah, I'm getting to the crazy ideas. It's cool, but low priority is not that cool.
He should play them for you by the sound of it, but okay.
I don't think I necessarily play less pubs as a coach. I think it just depends like what your role is as coach. Because I think for my team, I'm more in charge of like our Dota identity than probably most teams. But it just depends like on the meta, and like a lot of times I've like adjusted based on player feedback. Like we'll steal something from Paravision. And they're like, oh, let's adjust it to play more like this, or like we'll see how like Liquid, like for me, like how they team fight or something, like we'll look at that and we'll just always want to do that. And I don't know, for me, like you guys were talking about like pubs aren't real Dota, but from our team it's like sort of opposite. Like we think what happens in pubs is the most important, and like how we play the game is like that is real Dota to us. So it's like you can even see like even in how we approach as coaches, it'll be like a bit different. It's not like either side's necessarily wrong, it's just our mentality is different.
Yeah, which also makes for different teams and different approaches.
Yeah, I think that's just how it goes. Because again, like no coaches really know what other coaches or teams, how they operate, right?
Yeah.
Like the only thing that we definitely know is how Net operates, 3 of us. And then, like,
Coming soon?
and soon to be you. So that's all we got.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like sharing?
Yeah, we can tell you.
something
All
off
3
your
of us can
chest?
tell you beforehand, but that's it.
You know what's really funny? I remember after TI, I asked you about Neta, you gave me info, and then you asked me about Neta, so I passed you info.
Good.
Hey, I need some info.
He's very smart about the game. Very smart. Yeah, that's all I got. I can't say more than that, but they know.
Midas? Octarine?
Radiance? Radiance?
Ra-
Radiance is high.
There was no Radiance this time. But
Yeah.
Midas, Octarine,
Ancient stacks.
Refresher.
Ancient stacks. Yeah. Word cloud must be like ancient stacks. If you get to like say how many things like Neta says, it's got to be like near the top.
It is good.
I
Call
mean,
me this wave, stack me this camp.
for me, I mean, I only play mid. Like I've never played any other roles in Dota, and so like I know mid heroes still. Like I still play the game sometimes. I play like party. Actually, I just started grinding with Zai. He's back on the party unranked, so you might catch us if you guys want to unranked. So like, and I always play mobile heroes. So like the pucks, the storms, like that type. And so, like Curtis said, like the matchups are pretty cyclical. The stuff that annoyed me back then is still annoying now, and so that part is pretty easy for me to understand. And so it's pretty easy for me to talk to Nisha about like mid heroes and like things that we see. Sometimes he's a little bit stubborn because he's way better than me, and I just have to kind of like work at it. But that's like the only thing identity-wise, because I was a very passive player as a pro, whereas like my team is, they're especially I think Boxy embodies our team a lot. He just boxes. He's in there to fight. So in that way, it's a bit different. But in the mid hero pool, I think it's by far the most influence.
And
I have a question.
Yeah.
For you as well. What was like your favorite moment as a coach? Like, what's the moment that you think about the most that you were like, this was peak?
Good question. I mean, the obvious ones would be the wins, I guess, or like the the moments that.
Yeah.
Because I also realized that some of the memories that you get are also kind of built from the content that's out there. They're not entirely your own. Does that make sense? So maybe these are the most vivid ones, but the ones I'm the most proud of are probably the bouncing back moments, whether when the team was really in trouble or they were like really hardship, and they were like, because I think, yeah, now that there's distance with things, I can look back and say, well, that was really, maybe that was the win actually. That's when the win was decided, or these kind of moments. So I remember some rough boot camps or really rough sequences. At the moment, we didn't realize what was going on, but later on we were like, okay, well, this is probably, if it happened at any time, then it was that day or that night or whatever. So yeah, that would probably be it. What about you guys? Like, obviously it's an ongoing journey for you guys, but is there a moment?
Actually, I can remember like the distinct moment is when, like you said, the rough times. Like when you overcome the rough times, the shit boot camp, people are beefing. You solve that beef, and we come back from like a huge like shitty group stage into like winning the event. That's like probably like when you help settle the beef, get them outside, make them shake their hands, talk about it. Then you see the fruit of your labor. I think that's like one of the best times of coaching.
No, that really resonated with me. Like when you overcome the tough times, is something good. I remember there's a time doing a TI-11, like we worked really hard for this tournament. We came in and we felt like there was a lot of pressure on us. The stuff we're trying to avoid. We actually lost a group stage game to you guys, TSM, and our team was just like, like we were like so mad. And Saxa just stood up and he just made a speech that like sort of encapsulated everything we had worked on in boot camp. Like, guys, like, why is there pressure on us? Like, this is what we know, what we worked on, the work's already done. We just have to like calm down, do everything. It was like everything we had talked about as a team together with, like, with myself as coach. And that actually made me really happy because after that, the team was able to like get into the right mentality, and it was like a good tournament for us from there on. But like just seeing like the work that we put in come together like that, and then having someone else do the actual job for me, where they were able to make the speech and like rally everyone, that was really nice.
What about you, Astini? Is there like a moment that, you know,
Moment that
stands
I
out?
remember a lot is like TI in Seattle. We did top 8 with Nouns. We beat TSM somehow. We were the best in 18. When
All about TSM.
during the season, we were like the 3rd NA team, so we struggled to qualify. Till like last major, we managed to qualify, and then like being top NA team, this was really like good experience, gratifying. And then when we entered the arena, like everyone was chanting for us. We were like Team USA in the USA. It was an amazing moment. I was telling Blitz, it's sad it lasts like 40 minutes. It's like we lost twice to Gladiators in 20 minutes, something like 30 to 40 minutes. That's how it lasts. But still, it was one of the best days even with the loss. Because I feel like it's about what everyone talk about, like all the struggles you had. Because like we changed player after the last major. Like our position, our carry became our position 5. We put Hector in the team. It was like a full year struggling to build a team, and then like this top 8 meant a lot. Like the first LAN we attended, we won, which was the Bangkok one. It was amazing, yes, but it's like, oh, we just started, we win. You know, we didn't go through like hard times together. Then it didn't feel like, let's say, as good as a top 8 where we struggle a full year.
It actually, like, I was listening to you guys and I was thinking, you know, we always talk about your role and how you help the players and all of that, but can you find help when you need help? Because as everybody else, you have your doubts, you mentioned it, like self-confidence, doubts, whatever. Do you have help if you need it? Do you even consider that you also deserve help at times, you know, because maybe you don't even think about it, but.
Yeah. I'll talk to my wife,
All right.
stuff, you know, family.
So you can turn to people also
Yeah.
with all the weight that you have on
Yeah.
your shoulders.
Sometimes I feel like if I'm doubting myself too, I watch my old TI6 replay,
Good.
OG
Nice.
days.
Nice.
Or, you know,
Moon me under
us,
that
you know, that TI we beat Shard Squeezy. So you eliminated us, but we eliminated Shard Squeezy, so we were the second NA team. So, you know, something watching those games. You know. And then in the major finals, we lost against you guys.
So there are people you can turn to
Yeah.
in case of doubts. That's cool. How about you guys? Like, you feel like you're getting help also sometimes when you need it, or?
Yeah, I think my team internally has always been really supportive. And me and Aiden and Sani are the closest in age, and so like we've always like built the team together in a way. And so anything that really annoys him, he can talk to me. And I don't usually like talking to players about problems, but I think he's a bit unique because we kind of built things together. And then probably like random people like Bulba and David and I will always support each other. I remember we had a chat at Stockholm Major, like when we were down low, and you told me like things don't always work out when you want them to, but eventually they will if you like keep going at it. So stuff like that for me is always like pretty inspirational. Like seeing you guys make your runs and stuff like that. AUI, who I've known for 16 years now, watching him succeed at the highest level was always really inspiring for me too. Like I remember we ran into each other in like Dota 1 pub, like when he was like 15 and I was like 18. Like, dude, we knew each other. I've known him for more than half my life
Blitz is
now.
the person I've known the longest in the Dota scene, for
Yeah.
sure.
And so like watching him be able to like climb from that
Oh, that's messed up. Why'd you say that?
into like winning TI, and I thought that was one of like, I never told you that, but I thought that was one of the coolest things that like I've ever got to see firsthand. It was so inspirational for me personally that like somebody I personally knew that accomplished that at that high level, and then he went on to do what I wanted to, is a coach at the highest level, and he did such a good job with it that I thought moments like that for me are like really self-referential. I'm able to like internalize that and be like, wow, like if he can do it.
Could do it.
No, but I always knew Curtis was like way smarter and way more talented than me in those kinds of things. Like, and he was a harder worker. So seeing those things like put into play like really motivated me a lot.
And what about you, AUI? Do you feel like you can get the help when you need it?
Yeah, I mean, my support structure for Dota has always been pretty external to Dota. Like, I don't talk to that many people in Dota, but yeah, I mean,
You're good?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, I have to worry about the courses too, because I feel like
Of course, that's
nobody
good.
worries about them.
That's
you know?
so true.
What?
Nobody
People
worries
should worry
about
about the coaches more.
Oh yeah,
We're
have
so
such hard
important,
lives.
yeah.
No, I know.
We're so
That's
important.
why
But who makes the clown laugh, right? Who's worried about the coach?
I'm worried about the coaches, guys. Like, this is what this is all about. This is a coaching therapy session, you know? Like,
Holy.
this is what this is about. Precisely. How do you feel about the state of Dota right now? Just in general. Like, I don't mean very specifically, but just, you know, the direction that the game is taking. Like, it could be, you know, it could be bad, it could be good, it could be nothing. It's just what it is. Like, any educated opinion on the state of Dota?
I think it's pretty chill. I feel like there's no set defining playstyle. You could just be a team that, you know, doesn't stack, just runs them all the time and is viable. You could also be a team that just AFK farms and punishes people. Both strats are viable, I feel.
Do you like when things are...
Yeah, I like when
Reverse.
everything's on the table
Okay.
and like the best team wins. And whoever executes their strategy to the T with the best drafts, you know, I like it like that way.
Sounds hype.
For me, it's a 8 out of 10 because the game is like on perfect state. It was never so good. Like with facets, the old counters from maybe 10 years ago, it's changing a bit. You have way more options. You have like, it's kind of, you have double the heroes, or it will get to this point when everything's balanced. I just don't like that we won too many tournaments and every strategy we did was nerfed. Literally every strategy. So now we're struggling, but Dota itself, it's perfect.
Yeah, I personally don't really like the direction Dota's gone right now. It's gonna be like a really boomer take.
I love boomer takes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm
Like
here
it's just
for.
a boomer in me.
Give me
Like
the boomer
I'm
take.
fine with like as a competitive like game, it's like really good right now. But I just for me like they put a lot of farm around the edge of the map and they made the map bigger and like you can run at your opponents, but I'm not sure for me. Like it's just like a conceptual thing. Like I just don't like the concept of farm being on the edge of the map. That's all. So
Not like gameplay related, because I think you guys covered that. But one thing that I wish there were more of were just like LANs in general. I kind of feel like the online tournaments begin to like blur together at some point, and I feel like once you've won a lot of things and a lot of LANs and stuff like that, and once like you've won TI, like you guys will understand what that feels like in a bit, hopefully. It feels like a little bit empty, like the drive to like want to be like, okay guys, let's get it for like online tournament number 15 or like studio event number 12 with no crowd. Because for me, like what defines my favorite moments are with the crowd, right? Dota with an audience is just so much cooler than Dota without an audience. It's a different game entirely. Like there's no nerves, you know, when you're playing in a studio set. You're just kind of, you don't really think about the money or anything like that. But when you hear the crowd and you hear people going crazy, it kind of like crystallizes in your brain, like this is a big deal. And that's one of the cool things, because like every tournament, you know, everybody here is financially fine. And so like playing for X amount of money is like whatever, going to a studio. But I wish there were more LANs, like 2 or 3 more LANs a year. I travel for, no problem.
Hope that these words landed in the right ear. That's all right. Well, thanks for sharing. I think it was good. Lots of insights. I learned a lot from you guys. So thank you for that. I wish you the best of luck. Not too much luck. I think your teams are already performing well enough. So maybe leave the luck for the other ones. But wish you the best for the upcoming tournaments anyway, guys.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
It's been
a
very
pleasure.
therapeutic.
All right.